like Fortnite's omnipresent. I'm Jet Set with a leaderboard. Make sure to subscribe and click that bell icon to become part of the notification squad. Last week, former Degrassi actor and noted musician Drake played Fortnite with Ninja, the ambassador of streaming, and together they consecrated a new era of celebrity gaming. The memes practically generated themselves. Then, just a few days later, after his team's jaw-dropping upset of #1 seed Virginia, UMBC basketball player Norin Garrity compared the joy and astonishment of that moment to his first Fortnite victory. Possibly the most magnificent win in the history of college sports, and it reminded Garrity of a free-to-play video game. In fact, he didn't even say it was like my first Fortnite victory, which would have been a great quote on its own. He said it was like your first Fortnite victory, meaning the plural your, meaning all of us. The fancier version would be it was like one's first Fortnite victory. Garrity, in other words, was talking about Fortnite victories, or at least Fortnite generally, in a way that assumed we were all familiar with it. All NCAA viewers, all college sports fans, all Americans. He may as well have said, hey, America, remember your first Fortnite victory? That's what this stunning and unprecedented athletic achievement was like. I think this is where we must acknowledge that on the basketball courts of seasons past, in the gyms and stadiums and field houses of 10 or even 5 years ago, such a quote would have been utterly inconceivable. In college, massive multiplayer online games were something you played if you didn't play sports, and for the sake of your precarious dignity, you would probably keep it to yourself. The fact that Division I athletes can now cop to a mild gaming addiction is, of course, a positive and welcome development, but we can all agree that something has happened here. At a time when lots of video games have broken through to the broader public consciousness, Fortnite has succeeded so dramatically and in such a short amount of time that it feels like a pop culture phenomenon all to itself, like its own chapter in the future tech. 1,000 years of gladiatorial games under Roman rule produced many modes of combat, including team-based fights and free-for-alls. We see the vestiges of these showdowns and contests as varied as pro wrestling and King of the Hill. Humans have always been fans of the last person standing. The popularity of survival games diminished for a while, but enthusiasm for the format was rekindled in 2000 with the Japanese film Battle Royale, which was adapted from a 90s novel of the same name. In the movie, a group of delinquent teenage students are forced by their fascist government to fight to the death on a remote island. It's savage, bloody, and often campy, and though it wouldn't enjoy a US release for another 10 years, its spirit bled through in Suzanne Collins'